This is your Peace News for Tuesday, June 4th, 2013. Silver is trading at $22 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at $120 per Bitcoin. Genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, are foods, including animals, whose DNA has been engineered in a laboratory. The largest producer of these genetically modified foods is Monsanto, a politically connected chemical company, which produces plastics and poisons as well as potatoes spliced with fish DNA. GMOs have been shown to result in some strange and damaging health effects, including organ damage, Parkinson's disease, reproductive disorders, and cancer. Some farmers choose to exclusively grow foods from heritage seeds, or seeds which have originated from nature rather than a lab. This used to mean less profits, but not anymore, as consumers are flocking to farmers markets in favor of GMO-packed grocery stores. Some people want the government to mandate labels on GMO food, but this is a misleading approach that will end in failure. A confusing bill is moving through the legislatures of Maine, California, Vermont, and Connecticut, but Peace News Now urges all listeners to take personal responsibility for what you put in your mouth, and not put your trust in government bureaucrats. A new type of documentary has just been released free online this month, created by Carrie Lee, edited by Justin Jaszewski, and featuring a host of activist voices from around the globe. The full-length feature plays like a collection of philosophical anecdotes. What makes this film different from anything you've seen before is the focus on positive, uplifting, and empowering messages. It may become one of the ancient relics which future generations will look back on and say, here humanity stood at a crossroads and chose truth over ignorance, hope over despair, and creativity over apathy. More Peace News after this message. Bitcoin is an empowering new currency. It's peer-to-peer, so it's totally outside of government control. Bureaucrats can attack trading posts, but never the currency itself. Unlike dollars, the number of Bitcoin grows to a certain limit at a predictable rate. They can be traded instantly and securely across the globe. Bitcoin is changing the way people pay for things the way email changed communication. Get started with Bitcoin at weusecoins.com. In other news, the military trial of Bradley Manning began yesterday in Fort Meade, Maryland, after the now 25-year-old spent 3 years in military prison. 1 day into the trial, and opening arguments have been presented. The prosecution argues that Bradley aided the enemy by sharing information online. The defense argued yesterday that Bradley was following his humanist beliefs, that he wore a custom dog tag that said humanist, noting that he was emotionally disturbed by seeing injured Iraqis. In my opinion, however, they are missing the real point of the whole trial. Manning bravely acted independently to expose the truth about government murder of innocent people, including Reuters journalists. Reuters had every right to know that their photographers and journalists were intentionally murdered by U.S. soldiers in cold blood, a fact the Pentagon attempted to conceal. And so Bradley did the only moral thing in this situation: expose the truth. In other news, Vernon Hershberger's sentencing hearing is set for June 13th at 1 p.m. If there are going to be reference letters or similar statements in support of Vernon, those must come through Vernon's attorneys if they're to be considered by the court. If you want to send the court something, send it to contact@peacenewsnow.com and I will forward it to the attorneys representing Vernon. For more updates, follow the Facebook page Real Food Law. In other food law news, a Canadian shipment of relief goods bound for storm-ravaged Oklahoma has been stopped at the Canadian-U.S. border. American officials will not allow the 20,000 kilograms of food, blankets, and diapers into the country until every item on board is itemized in alphabetical order and has the country of origin on every product noted. Dennis Suave, the volunteer who organized the gathering of these goods, said it's a, quote, physical impossibility to do the paperwork required in time to get the perishable food to Oklahoma before it spoils. Links are in the show notes. This has been Peace News, your daily update on the peaceful evolution. Get more Peace News on the next news network. And for daily videos, subscribe at youtube.com/peacenewsnow. For peacenewsnow.com, I'm Derek J, reminding you that peace is the way.